Alright boys, today what we're going to be doing is we are going to be going over how to be cracked
Cracked at Fortnite, my guy.
in MLB The Show 21. I'm going to be going over the best hitting tips. As you guys know, I'm a top 150 player.
Oh, really?
I've been doing this a while. I switched over from PS4 to Xbox, and now we are on next gen, and we are going to be grinding ranked seasons, events, all sorts of stuff. Whether it's showdown, whether it's anything in the game, you're going to be able to have to hit the baseball. And so I'm going to show you how to practice hitting, the best ways to practice, and how to have the best settings in the game, and kind of what pro players use and what I use, and some of the guys that are really, really good at the game end up using that make World Series all the time. Now, these hitting settings, they won't make you the best player in the game by themselves, but I can put you guys in the right direction. I can show you guys what you guys should be doing and how to hit baseballs better, because honestly, whenever you try these settings, that's going to make a huge difference in the game. You're going to be able to see balls easier, you're going to be able to see certain things better, and you should be able to get kind of a feel for your PCI a little bit better. And so I'm going to be talking about all that. Before we get in this video, make sure you guys hit that like and sub button, and let's get right into the freaking video. So what you're going to do is whenever you want to practice hitting, this is going to be the main thing you do. You're going to press down on the drop down menu, and you're going to go down to custom practice. Now, I always like to practice against the all-timers. I feel like it just makes it a little bit better. And you always face pitchers that are usually really good and pretty relevant. So I always face the expansion era boomers. And usually I will go as, let's say, the American League team. It's just kind of what I always do. Go on the All-Star Stadium. The stadium really doesn't matter. And what you're going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you kind of just what I do before I play ranked. And kind of some of the ways. Obviously, I'm a top 150 player. And I've made it to World Series countless times for MLB The Show. And now I'm transferring over to MLB The Show 21 on Xbox. Alright boys, so this is what you're going to do. So whenever you are playing, whenever you're practicing, now this is what's so cool about this year is you can go into practice type, you go into batting, and you can look at the pitch location requests. Now you can go all high zones, all inside zones, all outside. So let's say that you're struggling with inside heat. You go over to all inside, you press on it, you back out, and it should be throwing only inside pitches. Now, this is a feature that I don't think was in last year's game. Obviously, whenever the pitcher's buns, he's going to miss like that, but it's okay. Now, I'm going to be going over my settings just real quick, and we're going to be talking about kind of what I usually do and kind of how I always prepare for games. And these settings are honestly, I've worked with them in the past, and I like them a lot. This year, I think I'm going to go without a PCI outer, and so I'm going to kind of just show you how I do this. Now, the number one thing that you want to do at MLB The Show is you want to make it easier on yourself. Go to the hitting view and make sure that it is on strike zone. Not strike zone 3, not Pci, not any of that. Make it on strike zone. The reason you're going to do it on strike zone is because whenever it's on strike zone, you're going to have the best chance to see everything. It's going to help you not swing at balls. It's going to help you only swing at strikes. It's going to be what you want to do this year. And for the next one you want to do, you want to go down all the way down to the middle. Now, this is where I really want you guys to make sure the number one thing before all of these preferences is make sure that your PCI transparency is on 100%. Now, it'll start you at like 70%, and I always love being able to see my PCI. I don't know why people don't. I feel like it's important to see what you're trying to get the ball to, and so I think the PCI transparency always has to be at 100%. These are the two things that everybody can agree with. Now, the rest, I'm going to be honest, it is preference. So try them out, see how they do. I like to run Ocean just because I think it looks cool, and then I don't really like running a PCI outer or a PCI inner, but I have run a PCI inner in the past. I've never ran a PCI outer, and so I kind of go off and on between PCI inner and PCI inner being turned off, and that's just kind of a preference thing. You'll end up liking it or seeing how it goes, but I wanted to make sure that you guys understand that whenever your PCI settings are, you're just going to have to play around with them a little bit. It's going to be on you. It's going to be whatever you're cracked with. This is what's worked with me. This is what's got me to top 150, and this is what I really like doing this year. I just think it's going to be really clean and really good because it's really simple, and I'm breaking it down pretty much to the basics. Now, as far as all the other little settings, I don't really think any of them really matter. Whenever you're doing hitting difficulty and whenever you're doing the custom practice mode, make sure it's either on All-Star or Hall of Fame. I wouldn't necessarily go on Legend unless you're already playing games on Legend, but a lot of games right now, especially the events and the showdowns and everything are going to be from Veteran to Hall of Fame. So I'd try some of those. If you're struggling on showdowns, feel free to go in here on Veteran before you hop in a showdown, kind of rip some baseballs and go what you do. I always like hitting with Mike Trout just because Mike Trout has a smooth swing, but if you have a guy that is on your roster that you're hitting bad with, maybe you should try hitting with him. So usually I'll just sit here for about 5 minutes. Usually I go here before I stream, and I'll kind of just hang out and chill, get some reps in, use some of the best cards in the game, use some of the worst cards in the game, and kind of just get a feel for this year's game. It still throws balls, so you're not going to be swinging at absolute everything. That is kind of just what I just saw. But it throws balls. Don't act like it's always going to throw you pitchers down the middle. But it's always good to work on things. Like, I like working on inside pitches. I believe that's still what I'm working on. And it's going to throw a majority of inside fastballs to me, or inside breaking balls, which is really good because I usually struggle on the inside third of the plate the most. And the thing with Nolan Ryan, too, is that he's going to be throwing cheddar. He's going to be throwing hard. But the big thing is that you're getting reps. You're seeing a fast fastball. And if you want to ever change the pitcher, all you have to do is go to batting practice. And you literally just press on the pitcher. And you switch it from Nolan Ryan to Robin Venezuela, Vida Blue, Robin Hunter. All of these guys are guys that you can end up changing it to. And again, you can just request these. Let's say you struggle with high fastballs and outside zones or low zones. Just make sure that you're doing all this, and even if you want to switch it up, you can go all the corners. You can try to see, I want to hit dotted pitches today, so go for that. It's just kind of unlimited what you can do this year, and you can really practice a lot better this year than you could last year. And I hope this helped you out, boys. If this helped you out, make sure to drop a like and a sub, as we're so close to 2,000 subscribers. Literally this close. I should have a gameplay out later today / early tomorrow, so be looking forward to that. I'll be streaming later too. Thank you guys so much, and might be out.